The Toronto Blue Jays have been making a ton of trades ahead of this year's MLB trade deadline, and the most recent move they have made is trading away Yusei Kikuchi, the starting pitcher, over to the Houston Astros for a very talented pitching prospect in Jake Bloss. Yusei is a guy who is a rental right now for the Houston Astros. He would be a free agent this upcoming offseason, so trading him away and getting a good asset back in return is definitely a good move here by Ross Atkins. I don't get to say that too often there with Ross Atkins making a lot of questionable moves and not great ones at time, but this is a very good trade here in my opinion by Ross Atkins and this front office and the scouting department. Whoever's looking at this guy, this seems like a pretty good trade to get this done. Rental, who's only going to play a few months there for the Astros in Yusei Kikuchi for a very talented prospect in Jake Bloss. Now we've got a post here from Ben Nicholson-Smith on X. He says, Jake Bloss for 2 months of Yusei Kikuchi looks like strong return for Blue Jays. I definitely agree with that. Fangraphs ranked him number 92nd overall among all prospects ahead of the deadline in all of the MLB, which is great to see. Bloss is close to MLB ready, having already debuted for the Astros, obviously. If he becomes mid-rotation starter for the Jays, that's a success, and that's exactly kind of what I would agree with as well. I mean, this is a guy who definitely seems like has some pretty good potential there. A fairly recent, high draft pick as well. Back in the 2023 MLB draft, out of Georgetown University, ended up getting taken in the third round. So not too long ago there, a third round pick, just turned 23 in late June, 6'3", right-handed starting pitcher. Definitely seems he got a pretty good frame there, a pretty great pitch mix, as well as he does have two kind of plus pitches, it seems like, with his fastball and curveball, as well as some other kind of pretty good, other pitches as well with a slider and a changeup. Pretty solid control as well. Seems like a pretty good kind of all-around pitcher there for pitch mix, which is nice to see, and just an all-around great starting pitching prospect, and could be a guy who makes an impact right away for the Blue Jays at some point for the rest of this season, as well as could be a guy who's looking to get in the rotation to get a main kind of spot there in this rotation to start next season as well. And I think the overall value for the Blue Jays, getting a guy of Jake Bloss's caliber for a rental and Yusei Kikuchi, who hasn't even pitching that amazing this year, I think is pretty great value. This is a guy who has a pretty good ceiling there, could possibly end up being maybe a number 3 kind of one day, potentially at the MLB level. Something around there is definitely a possibility. And the Jays definitely need to add in some good, fairly close to MLB-ready pitching prospects. Is the guy who debuted this season with the Astros. He's made 3 starts there, pitched 11.2 innings there. Didn't have the best over numbers. We'll take a look at those in a minute, but the Jays need some more pitching prospects, especially starters, but the fact that last year's deadline, the Jays ended up trading away 2 of them, who were guys who were fairly close to MLB-ready, in Adam Kloffenstein and Summer Burrs, for Jordan Hicks there. So obviously, the Jays need to add in some more starting pitching prospects, and Jake Bloss is definitely a very good one, who's very young still, just turned 23 in late June, but also is a guy who's pretty much MLB ready as well and could make an impact at some point this season, or at least start next season with this team at the MLB level, and especially with having a guy like Ricky Tiedemann there, pretty much missing the entire of next season as well in 2025 after, having his Tommy John surgery. That's not great for the Jays there, so having a guy like Jake Bloss there can kind of help fill a spot on the rotation next season is definitely going to be a very good thing for this Blue Jays team. So now let's take a look at his numbers from this season so far. He ended up playing in high A ball, double A, and triple A, but in triple A has had 1 start so far, 4 innings pitched, no earned runs, not too bad at all, 3 strikeouts. In double A, he has 8 starts, a 1.61 ERA, looking very good there, and 44.2 innings pitched. As a 22 turning 23-year-old is not too bad at all. He had 19 hits against there, 8 total earned runs against, only 2 home runs, which is not too bad. 13 walks, 35 strikeouts, a .716 whip is very, very good for a guy of his age in double A. And then in high A ball, had 4 starts there, a 2.08 ERA, 17.1 innings pitched, had, only 1 homer against their 8 walks, 25 strikeouts, a 1.096 whip, which is not too bad at all. 13 Ks per 9 as well, which is quite fantastic. And so far in the major leagues, as a, still very young guy, ended up having 3 starts. They're not doing the best for the Astros. Had 6.94 ERA across 11.2 innings pitched. 16 hits against their 9 earned runs, 5 homers, 3 walks, 11 strikeouts, a 1.629 whip. Not the best there. 8.5 strikeouts per 9, a 12.3 hits per 9, 3.9 home runs per 9. That's not great numbers there, but this is a guy who has the tools there, has 4 solid pitches there, 2 plus pitches with that fastball and curveball. So he's got some good pitches there. He's got good size, being 6'3" there. A righty. I think this is a guy who definitely has a pretty good, fairly high ceiling there. Definitely could be a possible number 3 one day, maybe even higher if he really kind of gets everything together there, but should be a good guy for the Jays to work with and hopefully mold into a very talented starting pitcher for this team at some point in the near future as well. Anyways, though, let me know in the comment section down below your thoughts on Jake Bloss being acquired by the Blue Jays for Yusei Kikuchi. I think this is overall a very good trade there by the Blue Jays. I don't say that very often with, obviously, Ross Atkins not making a bunch of great moves, but this is definitely a very good one by this Blue Jays front office and Ross Atkins. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more Blue Jays content. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next one. See ya.